We are back from North Carolina.
I bought one of these. I couldn't pass it up. I'm sorry.
Let me get a look at that. Like, stand up. Give us a look.
Yeah, I should have bought an X instead of a 2, but it's.
Oh
it's
no,
nice.
That looks great, man.
As I said, it looks
a jersey.
Yeah, it's like a. It's nice.
Looks amazing. The sock puppets actually gave, but this is actually one of the player jerseys from last year. I mean, those looks dripped out. Like, Look at this. Like, it's dope, man. Like,
You could pass as a ball coach or something.
yeah, I'm just saying. And then these are actually going to go on sale in the next couple of days. There's someone, y'all at home can be able to buy the Melonheads hats, and a portion will be going to charity. They'll be going to the Alzheimer's Association, so be on the lookout for that as well. But we can recap the game. Obviously, many of you are our most loyal watchers. Of course, you probably watched the stream, and Tree ended the game in amazing fashion.
It was a full walk-off. It was a full walk-off. Let's be
yeah. It was
like
it was
you're 13-3, and it's like you're celebrating it.
It was an 11-run single.
Right? Walk-off 11-run. You tell your grandkids about that. Ain't that the truth? And Nick Kovac actually sent me something that predicted such an outcome.
We're going to strike out again. We're going to strike out like a man. A man. Take that to the bank.
The bank was closed.
The bank was. It was Sunday. No banking on Sunday, baby.
Yeah. I was unfortunately referring to the Silicon Valley Bank, which got absolved.
Yes, good old Sam Bankman-Fried. Irvin Alvarado starting us off with a snooper chat. Can you get this on screen for me?
If I can find it here. There we go.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if the NFL took Saudi money to play an international game in the future. I mean, what a stupid Commanders. Yeah. So today, that's actually a great segue. LIV Golf merged with the PGA Tour because
I was legitimately surprised by that. I thought that would continue to be a stalemate. I know they're going to say like, oh, LIV Golf was having issues. They were bleeding money. The CW contract was a disaster because it kept getting hijacked for infomercials in some markets. But they were never worried about making money. They were worried about building an empire and just like forging that, the sort of like revenue streams away from oil. That was always the goal. And with LIV merging with PGA and the European Tour to create one super tour, Saudi Arabia pretty much accomplished their goals in that song.
Yeah, I mean, their goal, I don't know if their goal was necessarily revenue at first. It was really to be a nuisance to the PGA Tour.
Yeah, it was to create competition so like they build their brand. It's like the 2030 plan, I think it is. So they want to, diversify, get like, modernize and get away from oil as their sole source of revenue in case that falls apart. Which is, for example, sports teams.
Yeah. Yeah, they have
Newcastle, WWE, Formula, horse racing, poker, chess.
Yeah. They also have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. They're like, but they're not as dumb as Venezuela. Like, they know how to keep their money in sort of,
and maintain their oil infrastructure.
Right. They have an internal economy, but I was again shocked by that. But the PGA just kind of saw the pressure and they saw the writing on the wall. It'll be interesting to see how things are administered from now on. But to be fair, like the PGA did do a lot of unfair things to their golfers. Like,
of course,
they would show up, play 36 holes and not get a dime if they missed the cut. And those golfers were going out of pocket, which I mean is great. It makes you have to earn your keep on the tour.
But if you're like a mid-major, like for example, Charles Schwartzel, like he made more in that one tournament than I think for most of his tourney. And then second place, I believe, got more money, far more money than he ever made on the tour in the first golf tournament game.
Yeah, like it's hard to compete when guys are writing when an entire nation is writing checks. So, Red Rhino did you keep that baseball tree?
I did. Handed it to
You
me.
got the game ball. It's an
So-
official minor league baseball right there.
Yeah, so I was partially thinking, like, I should have thought of this earlier. I should have had the entire team autograph it, and then I would have, like, encased it or something as a memento. I could probably just, like, just do, like, holy shit, I got a hit or something like that, and just, like, encase it anyway. Like, you don't just put this in a practice ball. I mean, it's some random minor league baseball, but it's like, I actually hit a fucking baseball.
You did.
I expected to strike out.
We got to play with some fresh pearls, man. Those balls were brand spanking new all game, man. Like, I felt privileged to. I mean, even in BP, the balls were brand new because it's the start of their season. Like, we were treated like royalty there, even though our ability didn't match their treatment. But
We kept up for 3 innings.
We did,
Yes,
we
sir.
did until we had to take Eric
Take
out.
Sim out, and then Coach Burnout. He's more of a hitter than a pitcher, unfortunately.
Well, he was having trouble locating. Like, he can
Yeah.
shove. Trust me. We let him down defensively.
Yeah,
We
but
got
I mean
him
the same
out,
thing. Like
taken away
sometimes you
from
just
us.
don't have it. It's just like
Yeah.
he was busting. You know what I mean?
He
like,
was still
you
shoving.
could hear him.
It's just- yeah. He was shoving, but like, it's hard when you're not throwing strikes.
Mm-hmm.
MKI Sports urinating tree gone to World Series with that hit. Let's go.
Speaking
Let's
of which,
go.
I still have the bat, which got
Yeah.
busted in multiple spots, like you see right here. It got
Yep.
busted, and right here, so a two-way spot. Just got
Yep, that's
kinda-
happens.
Got shredded. I mean, I've been beating I mean, if you look at like how this thing's
Oh,
been
wow.
destroyed, I crushed this thing for like a month. I have been training near nonstop, which I mean, I wasn't lying about that. The back can attest to that. I thought this thing was gonna break the day before I was gonna leave, my final day in the cage. I always thought about that. I didn't realize it would like smash during BP.
Whose bat
been some-
did you end up borrowing to get that hit?
One of Hype's.
Oh, Hype let you borrow a bat.
Yeah, my Hype actually brought a couple extra ones, so
Oh,
just in
yeah,
case.
yeah, yeah.
Because I was at the point where it's like, okay, I need one because it's like, well, I think we ended up breaking like 4 bats that like day, right?
All of us, Swingman broke a bat. I know Juco broke a bat. Like, you're
I know
just
there
gonna
was
break
one.
a bat.
Yeah,
There's-
I mean, as I said, I've been using that for a year, so it's just
Chase the ringer. He broke a bat. Our catcher. Chase
Yeah.
is awesome. He's a good kid. The Mets are in a rain delay, so there's really not much going on tonight, sports wise. We're it,
Yeah.
baby. We're it.
I
Come
mean,
hang out
dude,
with us.
I'm shocked you actually get rain over there. We haven't had rain in Pittsburgh in 3 weeks. My grass outside's starting to die.
Yep. Coach
It is
Peel
what it is.
basketball says Tree is just 4,255 hits away from Tom Pete Rose.
It's not a major league hit though.
Uh-huh. And Dodger Zion Dodge, what's up? So good to see you. We saw Dodge. He stayed in the same hotel as us. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to really like hang out after. We did go to the brewery together, but we were exhausted. Like, it was just tough. Like, we'll probably have to go sometime where we can actually like hang out
Yeah.
and
I
do
hung out a
stuff,
little
but-
with them in the afternoon. I know.
Yeah,
like, we
yeah,
went to,
yeah.
like,
And Ag was there.
Biscuitville, and then
Yeah.
we went to like a train museum. Me and
Oh,
Ag
that's
played
cool.
chess. So we'll see a video on that maybe. I don't know if I'll get it out for the
okay.
video. It probably won't be for that, but maybe like a sort of like a gag vid or something that like I beat him pretty convincingly. So
It's
that's
going to be
interesting.
so interesting to see everyone's vlogs and takes on the game itself because, everyone has a personal take. And then, of course, we had that, the moment of, pure ecstasy. With
I already
that
know
walk-off
what I'm
hit.
going to do with that. I
Yeah.
know exactly what I'm going to do with that one.
Yeah, it was great. It was just so much fun. Dodger says, Hot Pockets. And hey, Tree, you got to enjoy a dram of scotch in honor of your hit. Yes.
Johnny Walker 18, Johnny Green. It was nice.
So what's crazy is like I got back from North Carolina. Hold on, I'll hide this for a second. I took a nap, and then my first men's league game was that night. So I was like already, played the entire game down in North
You're
Carolina.
sore. Like it's like I woke up pretty sore. Like just in
I
the
actually
back
played good.
and, like,
Yeah.
nice.
No, I actually played good. I went 0 for 1 with a walk. The
There you
one
go.
was a pop
Little
up.
nice.
Like I hit it. Like men's league is a joke compared.
Well, dude, we were playing guys throwing gas 90 with some of the elite college. Like, dude, I got smoked at my first AB because it's just like you can't prep for 90. You just can't.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
that-
batting cages only go up to 70, 80, which why it was a little easier for me to hit the high score because his velo wasn't super high. It's like, okay, I've kind of seen this before. Then just go with it. But at the same time, it's like 90. It's like, okay, first pitch is like shit. That was my pitch, and then it's just like second ones, you're just like flailing, hoping to make contact.
Yeah, I was late the first at bat because I faced Rob Evans, who's played for Chipola, and he throws mid 90s,
Yeah.
so or
Yeah, as
like
I said,
94.
You're throwing
know,
smoke.
And
Can't
then the
prep for
guy,
that.
so, yeah, Cole got a hit before me, so he wasn't gonna let me get a hit, like
course
so he
not.
turned it up. He actually apologized to me. He was like, "Dude, I'm sorry." I was like, "Dude, don't worry about it, man."
Yeah.
He's like, "I need to strike you out." I was like, "All good."
Dude, it is what it is, man. It's a warm-up game. You don't expect to give people free hits. Crazy.
Yeah. BA Knights 14. As a Vegas fan, I don't want to sweep. I want a hard-fought series, not outright domination. I hope it goes to 5. Win in the Fortress. Let's go, Knights. I don't think it's over. I honestly, that's the title of the stream. The games have been pretty convincingly Vegas the first 2 games, but every game in the NHL, we've learned in the modern era of the NHL that game is done, it's over, and don't expect it to be even the same teams the next game out. It's not like that at all.
Not at all.
So I don't know what you're thinking.
I don't think it's over. It's never over until you win 4 games in a series. I mean, Florida proved that against Boston. Let's be real. So, I mean, I'm disappointed with how bad Florida played in game 2, especially Bob. Like, the defense kind of fell apart. Vegas, like, to me, they've had that epiphany over the past year, because the past few years, you remember, they put this gigantic target on their back. They make these seismic moves for, like, to try and get over the hump. They, threw a bunch of players under the bus, but then, like, they talked a lot of shit, especially in the bubble. But this year, there really hasn't been that. They more or less stuck to the set shadows, done their thing, and just let it ride. And I think that's the kind of transformation that a cup-winning team has to make.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, the next game is must win for Florida. Like, they cannot go down 3-0. What I saw in the game last night, even though I was freaking exhausted, like I could barely keep my eyes open watching the game, was a lot of opportunities in the high slot for Vegas. And you just cannot do that if you're Florida. You cannot let them get the puck in those shooting areas. And they were having free reign on that.
Tactical outmaneuvering, that's what that is. Because Florida had not really done that. They hadn't really been giving up those high slot chances. Except for Boston, maybe. But, like, Toronto, they really, like, clamped down on it. Carolina, they clamped down on it. But now it's just, like, free reign. Jonathan Marchessault just, like, going ham. And speaking of which, Dale Talon strikes again. Marchessault and Riley Smith are 2 of the big guns on that team.
I mean, it could be that Vegas wins the cup. It could be. It could just.
And there'll be a lot of salty fans. I mean, let's be real. I mean, dude,
yeah,
but
I mean,
fans that said, like, the historical revisionism, the unfair advantage, even though we were all shitting on their expansion draft in 2017.
Well, I mean, they started their expansion draft with Marc-Andre Fleury. Have they ever missed the playoffs?
Once. They missed it last year.
Okay.
They had over 500 man games lost, though, so take a look.
Yeah. What's this next one?
Leaf Upstad. Tree needs to be revisited. His PGA versus LIV video. Yeah, I think so. I think it's time, especially since they merged. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I'll need to look at the details, but for the most part, Saudi Arabia is going to be investing billions into it. So
billions.
I mean, they're probably making a lot of profit. They'll recoup that money lost in LIV and then some. They're doing it for the prestige. They're not doing it for the money, though.
They will. The problem is like, how does PGA interact with an oppressive regime of, a misogynistic, anti-gay, anti-woman society, that is basically, I mean, they kidnapped a journalist.
Money.
I'm just saying,
it's all about the money.
A journalist came to get his visa and they kidnapped and murdered him and basically threw him in a giant shredder, and nobody could say anything because they were like, what are we going to do? It's fucking Saudi Arabia. Like,
Of course. Well,
there's just
that's
one
what
guy, I
money
guess.
does.
But like,
That's what
if you're
money does.
critical at all of their government, like I am being right now, like you're in danger. And like, if you're there, I'm just saying, like, it'll be interesting to see how they interact with that. But it's pronounced Leif, not Leif.
Leif. Sorry.
Leif
Leif.
Opstad. Leif Opstad. Justin Ziegler says, "How was the game? Thoughts on the PGA merger? Is another lose for the Panthers and a Florida game set match for the Cup? Yeah, for
Pretty
sure.
much. You go
That's what
down
we
3-0,
said.
it's very hard to get
Yeah.
back.
I mean, honestly, I think for real, like the PGA and this merger will be forgotten about. The product will still be great. It'll be fine. But yeah, it's a little scary that they would just bow to such, China and Saudi Arabia have been putting a lot of money and interest in our economy, and we have been ceding power to them because we're just desperate for money.
Yeah, and unfortunately, now that you've raised the debt ceiling, all you're doing is just kicking the can down the road, and you're paying something like 25% of your national budget to interest, and that's just going to keep rising in case the interest rates go up, because you're going to have to print money to keep the economy rolling, and it just creates a vicious cycle, which means more investment by foreign powers like Saudi Arabia and China.
Yeah. Well, we should be the ones accumulating the wealth, not them. But we
Yeah.
kind of fucked that up.
Well,
David Benjamin, Maple Leafs be like.
I think that's all of Canada mostly. Although there are a bunch of fans like pissed at me for saying that because it's like, oh, like we're happy for the Canadians on the team. It's like, no, you're not. I remember everyone just being pissed about Vegas because they unfairly earned their advantage.
Yeah. Sumo Orange, I don't know what's funnier, seeing the NHL lose their minds over the finals, a thick Yinzer smoking the ball to win, or Jim Fisher getting rejected.
It's John Fisher. It is John Fisher. Las Vegas and Nevada pretty much told him to fuck off. They are not putting it to vote unless there's a special session organized by the governor. Which, I mean, something tells me, it's still not over. You can't go back to Oakland. You can't. If you're Fisher and like him.
They could privately fund it, or they could just play in the Aviators ballpark until they get a referendum.
Or baseball, Major League Baseball could also push it, funnel them some money to help out too.
There could be, they're leaving Oakland for sure.
Of course, you can't go back to Oakland with the way you burn that bridge. The only way you can is if you sell the team, and I don't think John Fisher is going to sell the team until he gets that market value increase from Las Vegas.
Why would he? He's upside down right now. In a
he'd be selling at a loss. He's a businessman. You do not sell at a loss.
Yeah, in a world where franchises quadruple, increase 10x in value. If Dan Snyder's bitch ass can sell
$6 billion.
Yeah, for a team he bought for $800 million, a 6x, nobody gets that type of return on investment.
And he he ran that team into the ground for 20 years.
Yeah, he didn't win shit.
No, he destroyed their reputation. He destroyed the fan base. The stadium's a wreck. It's been littered by scandal after scandal. He's one of the worst owners in NFL history. And he's making a $6 billion return.
Yeah. So that's how sports. And why would John Fisher give that up? He needs to increase the franchise value and then sell that shit. Sports Talk Chud. My second favorite NHL team is Vegas, so I hope they win it all. Cassidy deserves it. They could.
Cassidy got fucked.
They could win it.
Boston.
Yeah, Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, baby. Sundance Kid. Sean Rosser, anyone get 2007 Rockies vibes from Florida? Yeah, sometimes you spend a lot to get to the final, and then you get there and you're just like,
maybe. Or you just get outmaneuvered. Yeah. It's possible.
Oh, the Rangers did that in 2014. They came out of nowhere. And
that's what I mean. 2021 Habs. Same thing.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I was thinking, too, it's like, there's too many links to Florida, team of destiny, that Vegas is winning. It's like one of those things.
Yeah. The Mets aren't going to start till 9, by the way. So I'm watching reruns of Impractical Jokers right now. Ooh. Apparently, I look like Murr. according to some people. Which impractical joker are you, Steve?
I don't really watch Impractical Jokers, unfortunately.
Chat, who do you think Tree is on Impractical Joker? Sal or Joey or what's the fat one?
Probably a fat one.
Yeah. Oh, we are so tired, but we're gonna power through this.
Honestly,
Justin Ziegler.
It's not tired. I'm just like, trying to recoup like what happened over the weekend. Monday, I was just like wiped, especially on the plane and then riding back, and it's just like, I just like I when I nap, it's not a good thing, and I nap the shit out of that.
Yeah,
I went right to my bed and I just passed out.
It's not like you just traveled and then came back. You traveled, played a baseball game, and then came back. Like you.
Well, that was an all-day affair
energy.
too. We're talking about warm-ups. We're talking about BP, and just the energy that I had to put through.
Yep. Justin Ziegler. In other news, a Colts player looking at a potential suspension indefinitely for making hundreds of bets. I don't even know who that is.
Isaiah Rodgers, their return.
So he made hundreds of bets.
Yep, so
Gambling's
that's probably a
problem.
permanent suspension. And then
So
apparently more, too.
So here's the thing, right? If you're an alcoholic, right, and you have to go to rehab. Now, I understand this happened to Justin Blackmon, but they give you a chance usually to come back from that. He could say, hey, I have a gambling addiction. That falls into the whole disease track. Like he should be able to rehab or, go through whatever process it takes to break him of that addiction and come back.
There's a problem, though. You expect the NFL to remain consistent. Do you really expect them to do that?
No.
Exactly.
But that's how it should be. If you're going to say that a gambling addiction is a disease, but as long as he's not gambling on his own games, then I think that he should have a chance to rehab.
I know with Isaiah Rodgers, he was betting on his own games.
Oh, well, then that's a problem. That's a big problem. A big time problem. All right. eBay, as a Panthers fan, it's over. There are things that they have to do to convince me otherwise, like stay out of the box and not scream Bob. But it's over.
But it's tactical maneuvering by Vegas. That's what that is.
Oh, everyone's saying Q. Q is thanks mods for setting up the poll. Yes, Tree is Q. I'm Murr.
Is Q the fat fuck?
Yeah, he's the fattest one. I don't know. No, he's just.
Right.
But like Q is the one that like he's pretty witty, But you're not very witty. Rangav 248. How long does the NFL last before they jump at the Saudi oil money? It'd be very on brand for Dan Snyder to tell his team as one last FU. The NFL as a good old boys club, they're not going to take that money. Oh, he doubled it up. Sorry, thanks, Rangav.
The NFL makes enough money; they don't need the Saudis.
Yeah, they're like they don't need to bow to the Saudis quite yet. Like the NBA, they were in trouble. They needed that China money.
Yep.
They're like
man,
the
NHL might take the Saudi money because they are not growing revenue wise.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Instead, like Alex Morello wants to sell the Arizona Coyotes, and the only bidder comes in are the Saudis. They pay the highest fund. Do you take?
But why would the Saudis want to invest in the NHL? They're like, we don't understand hockey. We don't have.
It's about expanding the brand. I mean,
I'm just saying. They're just like, oh, we don't know what. Joe is literally called Captain Fat Belly. Oh yeah, Joe is pretty fat. Game Show Gumbo. I can't help but laugh at A's ownership being Delta Karma. Vegas doesn't want them, and they burned the Oakland fans. 3 words for Fisher: sell the team.
Ideally, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either. Justin Shigler, thoughts on Leonard Floyd signing with the Bills? Personally, should just use the cap on the O-line. At least the Eagles didn't trade for Wilson. Yeah, the Bills were missing Von Miller pretty bad.
Yeah.
And they're not a blitzing team. And you can see they got beat by a team that blitzes. Wait, no, who did the Bills lose in the playoffs?
Bengals. They lost to the Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah, and then the Bengals ultimately lost to the Chiefs, right? Because they blitz. They blitz, and the Bengals, they play that zone coverage. Or I mean, the Bills play back. They play man. They play a mix of man and zone and don't really blitz that much. So they need that type of help on defense.
They definitely do.
Oh. And with no Von Miller either. Like,
yeah. Oh,
late.
Could you imagine if the Eagles traded for Russell Wilson too? They probably would have traded Jalen Hurts too. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if he would be as bad as he was in Denver, but it would have been rough.
Leif Opstad, thoughts on Alek Manoah getting exiled to the FCL?
They're trying to fix his mechanics. I know exactly what they're doing there, because it's just like he has not been good this year. Usually when they send you to their instructional league, it is usually to tweak something in their pitching style or like get something right in their head. That's usually why they send them to down there.
Yeah, he needs a change of environment. He's down to the Florida complex. And like when you go down there, like you're in the same environment. You're not traveling all around. You're just focused on baseball. They probably just want to lock him in a cage and get him to fix his mechanics. And aren't the Blue Jays kind of in it this year? They
are, but they've been struggling.
They're meting it.
Yeah,
they're meting it up.
They're on the fringe, like they're having trouble.
But Manoah was like really good last year, right? I mean, or 2 years ago.
Yep, Manoah's been very good. But as I said, they're mentioning something may have been a hitch in his mechanics, or they see something, and then they're going to send him down and try to fix it.
Yep, and then DeGrom has UCL.
Yeah, Tommy John.
Yep, he's finished.
Yeah, unfortunately, Strasburg's finished too.
Yeah, it's an end of an era, man. Jared Froman, I would laugh at the Pirates who are currently losing to the Triple A's, but my Tigers couldn't score on a French hooker.
That's the first place Pittsburgh Pirates to you, buddy.
Yeah, they're back in first.
I know, it's shocking. The Central divisions are so bad this year, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take it.
Sports, what's your take on the Pirates right now, Tree? Yeah, what do you think of
I'm
them?
okay with it. I mean, they're an inconsistent team. They still have some pieces and improvement to work on. But I'm happy with the progress they made. I mean, you're in first place in June. What can you ask for? I had no expectations for this team. I figured they're about a year or so away from really breaking at this point. I don't know if they're going to keep it up, but it's something at least.
There's Nick. What's up, Nick?
What's up, man?
He's probably as exhausted as we are.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure he's culling all the footage to put on the drive to share with everyone.
Yep. He did mention that. He's labeling it.
Yeah, but I did not pull a hammy or anything. What I did was I wore a ball. Get that off the screen real quick. Yeah, I wore a ball off my knee going down.
Oh yeah, got it. You took a nasty lick.
I took it. I mean, I tried to get in front of it, like, and it was coming in hot. Like, so I went down to try to kind of block it like this, and it just went down.
Oh,
right on my knee.
Oh, so it changed direction on you.
Yeah. I mean, it actually ended up kicking right to Mark at second base.
And he nearly had it. I remember that.
Yeah, he almost got it. He almost turned a mishap into an out, which I would have been fine with, but
would have been hilarious.
Yeah,
would have made good content.
Yeah, would have been awesome. But thanks, Nick. Hopefully, just send us a message when all that footage is up, because I know you shot a lot for sure.
Oh yeah, he shot a ton.
And here's a half Jeebus bomb from Beast of Metal. So one Jeebus.
A double Jeebus.
Little Jeebus. So remember the time I compared Derrick Henry to Berlioz from Armored Core 4? Specifically, its intro cinematic. And then a week later, KC owned him like Anatola's mercenary player character owned Berlioz in the actual game. I have never played Armored Core 4.
I'm not familiar with Armored Core, unfortunately.
But I'm sure that extended metaphor means something to those who have.
Yes.
I'm positive. Thank you for the $20, Mr. Beast of Metal. We'll be happy with either team winning because both teams have former Norfolk Admirals on their team.
Yes.
Sean Colbert. Greetings from Tommyism. Tom is in New York and has raised $89K so far. You two gonna do any meetups? Yes, I will be meeting. I actually have rearranged my schedule Friday to go meet Tom up in Maryland. I'm gonna actually head up that morning, meet him at the stadium, and then go stay with my parents. So yeah, I'm looking forward to.
I'll be there on Saturday in Pittsburgh. So
yeah.
Back-to-back days. You'll get to see him as well, Flower.
Yeah,
Buffalo turned out for him. Because I remember seeing a little bit of that when I was when we were in Burlington, and I'm like, damn. Because he had like about 20 to 30 people in average places. I think he had a couple hundred there. I'm like, shit.
Wow.
Well, I mean, they did it just to see him go through a table.
Yeah, it was really good to go on Instagram on Sunday night and just see all the sock puppets, like all of our boys, like posting their pictures from the game, and then seeing Tom do his thing, and just having a great time as well. And it was just it was great. It was fun. It was really just a good day on social media. All the tweets and everything. Tom was following what we were doing, and we were following what Tom was doing. And it was just fun. Like it was just a great day. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for sure.
Definitely.
Where are we at here? Oh, thanks for checking in.
Yep, yeah. James Amadei. Is Columbus really going to improve with that trade? It's the trade in question is Ivan Provorov is going to Columbus. LA is retaining 30% of Provorov's salary, but in return, they're giving up a first. Columbus is giving up a first and second round pick to Philly, and then LA is giving up Sean Walker, Helge Grans, who's a defensive prospect, and Cal Peterson. And LA did that to get rid of Cal Peterson's contract.
Yeah,
so
it seems like
Philly it's a rebuilding trade. That's what that is.
Yeah, it seems like a salary dump. I think a lot of teams win in this, and
they accomplished their goals.
Right, and Columbus basically is saying, Johnny Gids is our guy for, we're going to continue to pay him for probably the remainder of his contract, which was,
I mean, Ivan Provorov, he needs a change of scenery. I mean, he's been kind of a hot mess defensively, but he still offers skill and value.
Yeah. James Amadei.
Well, we already did that one. Sharks 48.
Sorry. Oh.
You're good.
Okay.
Crazy how Florida can dominate against every team besides Vegas. I hate being a Sharks fan sometimes. Well, it's not just that. It's also sometimes teams just run out of gas. Florida was playing out of their minds. You have to admit.
Yeah, and they sometimes they're coming back down to.
Remember Philadelphia '97? Dominate the first three series, run into Detroit, dead, just die. Sometimes that happens.
Beast of Metal 1989, $10. Thank you. Yeah, I think I made a similar mistake in photoshopping the Panthers logo over that Bane meme from Dark Knight Rises. Ironic that it's the Golden Knights instead of the Dark Knight and Catwoman doing it.
Maybe.
Why would Batman want to bang Catwoman? Bats and cats don't go together.
I don't know.
It's just weird.
It's technically a human. I don't know.
It's just weird. Have you seen the new Batman? It's Zoe Kravitz.
I have seen that one.
Daughter.
I've seen that one.
It's scary how old we are. That Lenny Kravitz's daughter is now in movies and shit. You read this one.
Mr. Woods, big fan of the channel. I want to know what you guys think my team, the Dallas Stars, should do in the future. I say they should go defense in the draft.
See, here's the thing: the Stars are not that far off. It's so deceptive. The NHL playoffs when you have an 8 seed go all the way, and then you have the Golden Knights who weren't looked at as a favorite. You have all these teams get bounced out. You just need to make the playoffs. You need to make the playoffs, and the Stars did that, and they got all the way to the conference finals. They're not far off. They're not far off,
and they have youth on the way too.
Yeah.
So there's
no rebuild coming.
Oh God, no! They don't need to rebuild.
Yeah. They could shove all in again. What I'm scared about is Boston somehow making a run next year because the President's
But the problem is they may lose Bergeron and Krejci. What do you do if that happens? They have a lot of
right.
free agents coming up. That was the chance.
That was the chance. Justin Ziegler, fun fact, most of the U.S. debt is owned by the Federal Reserve and Social Security. Less than 25% of it is owned by foreign entities. Japan, the biggest. What is Japan? What do we owe Japan? Japan owes us fucking a lot. They'd be fucking speaking German if it wasn't for us. Okay? Japan, did we just feel bad because we shoved 2 nukes up their ass? Why did we owe Japan
they'd be speaking
money?
Chinese, and if you want somebody who would devastate Japan, the Chinese would make the rape of Nanking look like a cakewalk.
Actually, they'd be speaking Russian if it wasn't for us. Russia declared war on them right before we shoved 2 fucking atomic bombs up their tukuses. Yeah, you guys started it. Don't forget it. Don't forget Japan. Y'all started it with that Pearl Harbor shit. You had to attack us while we were sleeping.
Well, we cut off their oil supply.
Yeah.
They had no
I'm
choice.
just saying. Well, they could have found oil from somewhere else. Little fuckers.
Not really, but okay.
None of us were alive when this happened. None of us were alive. It's like I love Japan though. Like I like their anime. They got good porn. Do
they really have good porn? Their porn is fucked up.
Their porn is fucked up. Any of the Axis countries, you're gonna see fucked up porn. Like it's
Germany is
German
fucked up
porn. There's gonna be a lot of shitting somehow. Italian porn. There's gonna be like a wine bottle in there somehow, and then Japanese porn. It's like a schoolgirl getting attacked on a bus or something. Like it's just fucked up, dude. But Japan has great anime. They have great manga. They have ramen. That's right.
They have ramen.
Yeah, they have good. They have good noodles. They have great fashion. You know, great cars. Great cars. You know, Mitsubishi. They stopped making airplanes to kill us, and then they start making luxury cars. So I mean, Japan. I don't have beef with Japan. Plus, we got back for all that whole Pearl Harbor thing. So, all right, we got you back. Yeah.
Well, let's move on.
Sushi.
Connor Akers.
Nintendo. They got Nintendo too.
The Oakland A's are the Sears Kmart of baseball. No, they're the J.C. Penney when they decided to try and butcher their brand and like turn everyone against each other. That's what the
Triple
A's
A's,
are.
man. They're the Triple A's.
The Quad A's.
Sog socks. That sounds disgusting. I got some Sog socks after Who's worse, ESPN or LeafsNet? Ooh, LeafsNet is somehow worse.
LeafsNet maybe because at least ESPN talks about a few other teams. LeafsNet mostly talks about the Leafs and maybe the Canucks every now and again.
I will say this: ESPN never makes a claim on if you use any of their footage, like if you take First Take or whatever, because they respect journalism and they respect. They understand fair use and they act like a news network. LeafsNet is petty and just shitty. So fuck LeafsNet.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I'll never work with LeafsNet. LeafsNet is fucking trash. Unless they want to pay me like Steve Dangle money. I'll never say I'll never work with someone, even though I just did. What were you about to say?
I don't know.
They blocked you. They blocked your video. Your
They
haters
did.
guide over 10 seconds of footage.
Well, it's the Ottawa Senators. It was the Senators.
Yeah.
Bid. I remember that.
Yeah, it was a Senators.
And they
bid.
never said why. It's just I tried to appeal. They said nope. I'm like, okay.
Fuck LeafsNet.
Yeah,
Fuck them.
trust me. Fuck LeafsNet.
Bunch of Canadian hosers. Bunch of fucking hosers. Yeah. Anyways, Mustard Bus. Braves on the rain delay. I guess I'll learn about hockey. Hey, Mustard Bus, where were you, man? Did you come to the game? I thought you were in North Carolina. It's all good, man. People are busy. I met my friend Brett.
Stuff happens.
My friend Brett Henderson, I got to meet him. He came to the game. We played catch before the game. It was really fun. I got to see a lot of people. Like, I was surprised at how many fans came. I was really
Same here.
I was really impressed by that, and it was so much fun afterwards, meeting all the fans, and there's a lot of kids around. RBT is always, everyone loves RBT. All the little kids are like, RBT.
Oh,
and, yeah, man, we're going to do it again next year. It'll be bigger and better.
As I said, we still have Portland, too.
Yeah. I can't believe the clock starts again on a year. Yeah. But it was so much fun, dude. So much fun.
As I said, we get to do it again in 6
weeks? 6
weeks,
weeks,
yeah.
6, 7 weeks. Chiseled Adonis will be there. Baseball Bat Bros, Coach Rack, DS Army will be there. It's gonna be a good fun time, man. We've got players. Darian, Black Flags Matter will be there. She Got Sports. We have a female player. Like, we have a good diverse representation of
Sports YouTube in general.
yeah, sports YouTube.
Well, sports YouTube in general is diverse because you have so many different walks of life just blending together just for the same cause.
It's gonna be so much fun. Apparently there's gonna be like 4,000 people there. It's gonna be
4,000? Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Portland's pretty popular. I get that.
So it's like it's gonna be on their they're popular, they're a big draw, and it's gonna be on their Pickle Fest day. So like there's gonna be a whole bunch of people there anyways. And then we're gonna have to play baseball in front of all those people and just get smoked again.
I'm gonna get struck out in front of 4,000 fans. Let's fucking go.
But it'll be great.
I gotta get my training. I gotta rev up my training again. Shit.
Baseball's Not Dead will be there. Yeah, Connor Lanker, are the Diamondbacks for real this year? I don't know. They're in first place, aren't they?
I had them as a sleeper pick this year, and they are in first.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they're one of those rebuild stories, man.
Well, as I said, you saw last year, they saw signs of what they could be, especially with their youth coming in. Zach Gallen pitching like an ace. You had, Corbin Carroll, a bunch of young guys come in, do things. Ketel Marte was doing well at second base. And I'm sitting there like, okay, this team could be something now. And I had railed on the Diamondbacks for not really having a plan, but look at them now.
Yeah, what's sad is they have a beautiful ballpark and they weren't getting many fans. Hopefully they get some fans up in there, that appreciate them putting down some dubs.
Yeah, we're talking about breaking bats.
Yeah, read this one.
It's like Bane, breaking the bat. Why wasn't Tree randomly selected for drug testing after breaking a bat during practice? Well, I am due for blood work, so just routine. So you know what? Maybe it's a drug test.
It could be actually here. Let me go up. You read the super chat while I go get my firewood here. Hold on.
Well, how many bats have you broken, sir?
Oh, God.
Yeah, as I said, that was my first break. Nolan Sharp. Welcome to AL Comedy Central, where 26 wins is good enough for second place. Anyone want Javi? He swung at a pitch last night that even kids playing T-ball wouldn't swing at. Alavila equals Matt Miller. Dude, I mean, as I said, like, there's some bad swings I made too. Trust me. Last year, it was bad.
These aren't even the ones I've thrown away. So I threw away 3 already. This one was the AP5. This one cracked down the
chip
middle.
Right there.
No, look how long this. You see this
Can't
center
really
crack?
see.
Oh.
Yeah, now I see it.
Yeah. Here at the handle, it cracked.
Yeah.
So this one I took off the end. That one was expensive. Then I have this one I broke last week, right before I headed out to Portland. This is a Victus. This is a Tatis right here. It broke through the handle, through the tape. You see that crack right there?
Yep.
I knew it as soon as I hit it. I actually had one of these also before that cracked, and they replaced it with this one. And it made it a long time, but then that one
I said mine lasted a while too, but still.
And then this was a Birdman.
Oh,
this one broke. This one got fucked up pretty bad.
It got chipped. Dude,
Yeah.
it got flayed.
Yeah, there was something wrong with the wood, but the one that I have now is really good. So, yeah. So, I got mad broken bats, dude. You swing wood, you're gonna break a bat.
Oh, of course, exactly. I mean, if you swing hard and you try to go things, you'll break. It's just the way wood is. Like, it's not permanent. Like, it's only if you're a composite, I think it doesn't break.
Yeah, like a bomb bat or something.
Yeah, so like I'm like at the point where like I'm gonna let my hand heal up a little bit because like it had been hurting, especially like when I wake up in the morning. Probably from training with the bat. Probably doing something with that, especially like with the back elbow and like here. So I'll probably give it a week.
Just stay off.
Maybe 2.
Stay off.
And then what I'm gonna do is probably go to Dick's, get a new bat, and then go back at it. I'll probably work more on my throwing on my glove, which are fucking atrocious.
We should start a GoFundMe so that you can buy a real bat.
Nah, I'm good. That one I think was like $80 to $100.
Yeah, I know these bats are not cheap.
Yeah, maple. That was a maple lace, dude.
Yeah, this one here was $150. And
yeah, some of them are like $250, $300.
Yeah.
Like
They
Mauritius.
usually have like a 6-month warranty, but I mean, if you
dude.
play it all, you're gonna crack
You
it.
play
This
it
was
hard,
actually,
you're gonna hit it.
This was actually my favorite bat, the AP5.
Yeah.
This one definitely was the one I wanted to bring and rip a single with, but didn't happen.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Where are we on the supers?
We're on Beast of Metal. Japan is tentacle porn too, said the clueless idiot who doesn't know that shit was only a fad for 5 unfortunate years. Dude, it's fucking tentacle porn.
Tentacle porn is weird.
And you said you liked the porn. Get the fuck out.
I don't like the
It's
porn.
like I like the anime, I like the porn. Like, dude, you like the porn? No one
mean, they
willingly
make
admits
porn.
they like Japanese porn. That is fucked up shit.
I mean, no, I'm not talking about the fucked up shit. They do like they bring regular whatever. How about the Iron Horse? All right. We got Nick Elites.
Neilok Elites for half Jeebus
Neilok.
bomb.
Half Jeebus.
Any thoughts on the Cardinals not being very good this year? Yeah, that is an interesting case.
They've
Thanks
got
for letting us
Goldie.
sweep the Pirates. They're a
Yeah.
weird team because like they were kind of buoyed by having those elite veterans. They had Goldie and Arenado have MVP caliber years. You have like Albert Pujols hitting out of his mind. Yachty and his final swan song, and then this year the pitching goes to shit. They're blaming Wilson Contreras. The bats haven't really been the same. Arenado's been cold.
Yeah. He's starting to heat up. He's too good to be bad. But what's the deal with what's his name? Flaherty? Is he even out there?
Yeah, he is. He hasn't been doing well.
Jordan Hicks, he throws hard as shit, but
He's not doing well.
Yeah, it's like it's confusing that the Cardinals are not good, but who knows? You never know. Remember the Dodgers were what 27-27 or something at one point, and they ended up winning or going to the World Series. It's just that's how it is. That's how it be. That's how it be sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it be. Anyways.
Let's keep
So
going.
we're at the end here, I think.
Well,
it's
I mean,
been
we can
a-
still talk. It's been a very
Yeah,
fascinating
so-
ride.
Oh, we haven't talked about the NBA Finals at all.
I wasn't able to really see the game, unfortunately, on Saturday, but I did see highlights. Miami made a very impressive comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
ahead.
Michael Malone was just ripping him to shreds because like they didn't play defense.
Yeah, it's surprising, and they hit a bunch of threes, and if you're gonna hit that many threes while you're playing, you're gonna win. You're gonna win. It's just unsustainable to try and go up against that. We'll see though. I think Denver wins at least one or two in Miami,
Yeah.
and we'll see. Kevin Von Michael Magnum. Oh wait, two actually came in. Tiger 89. Any thoughts on the Jackets bringing in Mike freaking Babcock as their new head coach?
They brought in that fossil. How bad is Brad Larson and how he, like, the locker room was a lot of, like, full of malaise, that you think the answer is Mike fucking Babcock? Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's bad. And Babcock was extremely overrated in Toronto, too. So it's like, why?
Yeah. And then
Kevin
Kevin
Von
Von
Magnum.
Magnum.
Thoughts on the
Thoughts?
Isaiah Rogers Sr. gambling investigation? Yep, a lot of bets. Apparently, betting on his own team. He's fucked with a capital F, if that is true. Apparently,
That's
there are
what I'm
more
saying.
players too.
Yeah, they should. But like, if you're gonna say that gambling is an addiction, like, I don't know.
But
I'm
once
addicted.
again, you're expecting the NFL to have consistency. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm addicted to playing baseball against pros, and 2 years in a row we've done it.
We have a humiliation fetish. That's what that is.
Yeah, we like being shit on by young kids.
Yes. Punish me harder, Daddy.
Do not isolate that, Nick. Do not isolate.
He will.
All right, it's gonna be a short show tonight. We're a little tired, It's a long summer, but I think that the Denver Nuggets rebound and they win the next game. I think that the Florida Panthers win the next game, and then we have 2-1 series, and we will have better summertime series going. And we'll talk to you soon about the Portland game because that's coming up in 6 weeks. I hope some of y'all will be there as well. And if any of y'all were at the game on Sunday, it was great seeing you. Nick Kovac was.
Oh yeah, I
know
definitely.
that.
Like, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for watching, even if it's for like 5 minutes, and thank you guys for supporting. That's all.
Oh, and then Dodge has a big announcement at 9. So she's coming on. She's starting right after the show. Yeah, that's right. Dodge and Ag were there, of course. Ag put me on his shoulders. Forgot Dodge was a big
I know
part
he
of
wanted
it.
to do that so bad.
I felt so upset that I didn't get to hang out with y'all.
I did though.
Dodge.
I did though.
But Dodge put her link in the description, so the afterburn starts at 9. And Tree, you got any final words before we basically fall asleep?
Well, go Pirates, and well, actually shocked to hit the baseball. Rest
so
in
good.
peace, Rawlings Maple Leafs.
So good. And Calming Blue at the buzzer just sends in $20. Just
At the half Jeepus bomb. Praise to
Hot
Jeepus.
Pockets. The best part of that though was the crowd just hyping you up. They were like tree.
No,
tree.
it's MV.
Then
Somebody did the
MV
MV tree
tree.
trend, which is
Yep.
like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it was so good. It was just a perfect moment. And then when you hit it, I almost nutted. I was like, oh yeah.
I'm just saying. I think the whole time I was like, I hit the baseball. What the fuck? Because
Yeah,
I'm looking
you're-
to like the
you're like,
shortstop.
why am I
I'm
running?
I'm like, what's happening? What do I do?
Yeah.
It's like I didn't expect to get this far.
Same with me when I hit the ball when I put it in play because I
Like I might do like an instant reaction, like an abridged like version of it when I do the video. It's like, oh my god, like I reached it and I'm like, just do something like that maybe for it too, like my live reaction.
But don't feel bad. I mean, Jeremy played in Class High A ball. He was a pro and he struck out. Like,
Oh yeah.
94 is brutal. Like, and he hit he hit bombs. in
Oh
the-
yeah, he
in the
crushed
home
it,
run
man.
derby. Yeah, he's got a brilliant swing. It's not built for or not currently built for hitting 94-mile-an-hour Ched, and they were not going easy on him. They were like, all right, we got to get this guy out. And but dude, that dude looks like an athlete. Like
He's a tank.
compared to all of us, I was like, this guy does not look like us. Okay, we're a bunch of scrubs out here, and then there's this dude. So, all right, y'all, check out Dodge's Afterburn. Thanks to the mods. Thank Nick Kovac. Thanks Dodger, and we'll see y'all on Thursday for Clickbait Sports.
Yeah, buddy.
We out. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace out, yo.
Let me end the
Pirates got Super Bowl.
No, they're not.
Okay, I know they're not.
Super Bowl.
I know they're not. I know.